Peter, boom. Okay, we're now recording. Okay, tonight is week 5, believe it or not. Today is September 26, 2024. That's week 5, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so last week was week 4. So I guess if we use the logic and the sequencing, this would be week 5. Okay, so I guess okay. So I cannot believe how fast it's all going. Okay, well, good to have you guys all here. Little trivia question. I'm gonna reveal a really nerdish part of my personality, I suppose. Is anyone here a Jane Austen fan? Probably not you guys. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. None of you?
Maybe like,
I hate to say it, but I share this thing about period dramas, you know what I mean? But it's a really good one. I mean, this one was done by the BBC in like 1995, and it's just outstanding. It's just such a great story. Pride and Prejudice, check it out. You'll really enjoy it. You'll thank me later. You can get it for free. Look it up. You'll become cultured. And you'll understand all kinds of crazy references that you don't know about. Have you guys ever heard of Colin Firth, the actor? Oh, another no. Swing and a miss. Boy, I'm doing great tonight. Okay, no, okay. Anyway, it's really good. And the characters are just outstanding. It's really good. So some of my kids and me are all into it. I'm also the Lord of the Rings. Probably none of you guys like that either. No, Lord of the Rings. Okay. Wow, okay, all right. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so moving on to there. We'll stick with what else we got going on here. Just bringing it up because my wife and I, we just got sat around there watching. I thought this is so good, such a classic. It's a classic story. Jane Austen lived in like 17 something or other, and she wrote these stories, and a bunch of them, and they've really become more and more popular as she's going on. A lot of them have been turned into dramas by the BBC, and they tend to be really excellent. So if you're into that kind of thing, there you go. Okay, other than that, moving on. Okay, so tonight, I think we should be done by around 8:30 again. Just, I like to kind of give you expectations, so you got that going on. And so what we're gonna do right now tonight is we're gonna do a couple things. First of all, we kind of, the name of this course is Cad For Construction. My goal as I'm working with this is to give you as many tools as I possibly can in a 2-credit class over 15 weeks to give you something that will actually, you'll be able to walk into an employer and get the job. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. And I know right now how important this piece is. So if you're interested in anything in the construction industry, understanding what Revit is actually going to be the key to getting employment. Look it up. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, and I'm sure that you do. But to buttress my argument, I would suggest that you go out to LinkedIn or you go to ZipRecruiter or go to any of those places and just look for Revit jobs in Monroe County. You just see this list of things come up. Now, the capacity to do Revit, because not like, I think I'm like, maybe there's another person in the school who teaches this right now, I think, but not the way I'm doing it right now. Plus, I'm giving you a lot of stuff that's like best practices they're really using in the industry right now. So I'm giving you that stuff right there. So you're gonna be able to walk in and immediately be able to open it and know what you're looking at. That's a big deal. So anyway, that's what I'm going for here. So what we've learned so far is I tried in the first few weeks is to give you kind of an idea as far as what is possible in the construction industry very quickly by using Revit. Okay, so we've actually seen that. Now, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to backfill a little bit because I've kind of like just shown you how to do a lot of stuff and get a really good bang for the buck. Okay, that's what I've done so far to pique your interest and to get you saying, hey, this doesn't suck. You know, maybe I could be excited about this. That's what I've been trying to do. I think with some success. Now, the next thing I want to do is there's a lot of things about this though that I want to kind of go backwards now and take a step back, circle back as they say, and take a look at what we have not been able to look at yet, kind of fill it in. So I've got actually, I think 5 or 6 little exercises. Each one's maybe between 5 and 15 minutes. And what we're going to do is going to go through them and we're just going to kind of rapid fire, take a look at these things. We're going to take a look at these things. We're going to look at how to, for instance, how to put in levels. What are levels? How do we make levels? Levels are essentially on a house. If you live in a 2-story house, you typically have a basement. That would be 3 levels, okay? So 3 levels would be your basement level, your first floor, your second floor. That is how Revit thinks. Revit thinks in those terms. It thinks very physically. It thinks very much in terms of how a physical structure is built. So the level is one of the first things you have to define. And that right there in itself, just getting into Cad For Construction right here, who knows the average residential ceiling height? The average residential ceiling height. Yeah. What's that? 8 feet. Typically, it's around 8 feet. Okay, so 8 feet. Now, I know this typically because I'm 6'2". And if I go like this, I can touch 8-foot ceiling. Okay, so that's how I know it's 8 feet. If I can touch it, it's 8 feet. I've lost an inch or two. That's what happens. Okay, so anyway, we got that. All right, so 8 feet is about average. It's average. It's pretty much the de facto standard. Now, that being said, this right here, I think, is probably 10 feet. It's about 10 feet or 9.5. Okay, this ceiling here. And that being the case, therefore, when you put your levels in, you have to think in terms of, I've got this here. This is 0 feet, 0 inches, this floor right here. What is the floor above? What would that be? I don't even know. I couldn't even hazard a guess. But I will say this, when you walk out there, there's a pretty good distance. The stairs you walk up are pretty good. So I'd say you could be 16 to 20 feet. 16 to 20 feet, probably between here and there. Now, when you're talking about that 20-foot distance, okay, let's say it is 20 feet. Let's just say it is. So 20 feet, what does that mean? Well, what that means is from this surface right here to that surface you would stand on. That's 20 feet. Not 20 feet to the bottom of the joist, not 20 feet to the bottom of the concrete structure, 20 feet to the finished floor. It's known as FF, finished floor. And typically what you're talking about then is a ceiling is defined as AFF, above finished floor. Okay, so we're ceiling, this ceiling right there, that would be 8 feet AFF, above finished floor. So if you see that, that's what that means. So the point about this is there's levels. Then on top of that, besides levels, there's other things that we're going to take a look at. We're going to review walls. We're going to take a review of doors and windows. We're going to take a look at how to do floors. We're going to take a look at how to do ceilings, and we're going to take a look at how to do roofs. We're just going to do kind of a quick review of these things. So that's where we're going right now. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn these lights off. And I think we got plenty of light because I think it makes it look better. And what we're going to do here is what we're going to do here is we're going to do a bit of a deep dive on some of these things. Now, let's all go out to Brightspace, and I'll walk you through these right now. Let's go out here. So go out to Brightspace, and out here, let's see here. Looks like my screen sharing just died. Okay, so let me start this. Let's share this again. And I will bring up Brightspace if I can. Let's see here. Probably over here. Maybe there. I'm sure that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go here to Brightspace, and Brightspace is going to be located. Okay, Brightspace right here. So we got Brightspace. I'm sure I've got. Okay, so I'm screen sharing. Am I screen sharing? Okay, I guess I am. Let's see what it looks like. All right, that's what I'm showing right now. So this is what I'm screen sharing. This is what we have. Now, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to show you something here on Brightspace. We go out to our class, which is out here. Okay, so we're going to go here. And I do have 15 assignments I have to grade. I'll get those done. I thought I could do it today, and that didn't happen. So I'm going to go out here, and I'm going to do, have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to go down here, and what we're going to do is I have this Revit intro assignment. You guys all see this here? Can you guys see this on Brightspace? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, Revit intro assignments. Okay. Now, what I've got right here is I have a number of exercises here. I've got levels, I got floors, I got ceilings. I've got a roof by footprint and a roof extruded. And then I got a stair practice and I've got ceiling soffit. So I've got a number of things here. We're probably not going to do all these, but we're going to do a few of them. Okay, so let's start with this right now. Let's start. We're gonna download each of these Revit files here. I hope they're in here. Let's go here and we'll click on modern hotel levels. And when you do this, you should see right here modern hotel levels that you can download. Do you guys see that download there? Okay, so download that. And then to kind of like navigate here, just click back on Revit intro assignments because we're going to grab another one. We're going to grab the floors. So click on modern hotel floors and you're going to download that one. And then we're going to go to Revit intro assignments again. Just Going backwards, we're going to go to modern hotel ceilings. We'll go here, download that. And then we're going to go back to Revit intro assignments. So we're up to 3 so far. We're going to go to modern hotel roof footprint. We're going to go there and we're going to download that. All right. And then we're going to go back to here again. That's 4. And then we're going to go down here to modern hotel roof extruder. We might not do this one. We might not, but we may. And then we'll do one more, Revit intro assignments. And then this one's going to be stair practice 3-story. So we're going to go there. Stair practice 3-story. We're going to download that. So these are different things, as I said, I want to backfill and kind of explain a few concepts right here, because no particular building is going to be complete unless you have those. You guys will have those downloaded? Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of work on these one by one. Okay, so we're going to start by going to Revit. So you're going to go to Revit, and Revit's out here, and now we're going to go over to Open. We're going to start by opening, and we're going to go to our downloads, and those should be probably on your desktop, go to downloads. And then here you're going to see modern hotel levels right here. So go ahead and find modern hotel levels and open it up, and it's going to have to upgrade because that's an older version of it, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and open that up. Okay, now this says open manage links to correct problem. Don't need to do that. Just go ahead and ignore it. That's fine. And this is what this looks like. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is, we talked before about working with the CAD plan. So the CAD plan that we have going on here, hi Silvana, and what we're doing right now is we're, yeah, well, just get signed in and I'll walk you through the assignments. Okay, so what we have right here is, this is a CAD plan. Okay, we talked before about having a CAD plan and tracing over it. That's what we have right here. Now let me show you something else that's interesting. What we're going to do right now is we're taking a look at a plan view. Now, a plan view is a floor plan, meaning that you're looking down, and as you look down on this, this is how it will be built if you actually slice the building and look down on it. That's what a floor plan is. But there's other types of views. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the elevations. And over here, there are some elevations. We're going to go here, and let's go ahead and choose south. We'll choose the south elevation. And when you do that, it's going to go ahead and open up and look like this. And you're going to see 2 horizontal lines, level 1 and level 2. You guys see that? Okay, now, let's say we want to create more levels. Let's say we want to create more levels. Is that work okay, Mike? Mike? You okay? Get there? All right, Sarai, you doing okay? Okay, let me know if anyone needs help. I just want to make sure we're all there, and we will keep going here. So we got a level 1 and a level 2 here. I'm just going to go and zoom in and check those out. So this level 1 and this level 2, you've got your floor is you got 0 feet, 0 inches for level 1, and level 2 is 10 feet. Now, again, remember what I said. That is from what you're standing on to what you're standing on. So you've got the first floor and then you have the second floor. That's what we have going on there. Okay, let me know when you're signed in there, Savannah. I'll kind of show you where we want to go because we got a few things we got to do here. Okay. Okay, so you got level 1 and level 2. All right, are you guys all with me?
Yeah.
Mike, you okay? All right. Were you having some issues signing in earlier? Or you good? Were you?
My password on right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the double factor type thing right there is a real pain. Like my phone, I didn't have my phone plugged in today when I was teaching, and I'm down to like 10%. And I'm thinking, man, if my phone dies, I'm not getting in tonight. It's just not happening. So that's how life is. Okay. So life in the big technology world. Okay. So you got level 1 and you got level 2. Now notice what you got going on here. You got distance of 0 feet and 0 inches here. And this is 10 feet. And again, this is the top of the floor to the top of the floor. That's what we have right here. We're going to make another level right here. So to do this, there's a couple different ways. What we do is up here. Okay. You ready to get the stuff downloaded there?
Yeah, I know where to go.
Okay, you signed in right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
What
know
you
where to
want?
get this from in CAD. I was going through last night or on your
Oh, well, good luck with that, because I've been really playing jazz with this class. I've been all over the place. I've been really improvising a bit because inspiration hits me. Okay, well, what you want to do is go to Brightspace out here, okay? All right. And when you go to Brightspace out here, Silvana, you want to go here. Now, are you on Brightspace right now?
Yeah,
And then go here to Revit intro assignments, okay?
yeah, it's right there.
And okay, now what we're gonna do is you see you've got this modern hotel levels right here. We're gonna download that. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna download floors and ceilings and footprint. But for right now, just do levels, okay?
Okay.
Now, when you've got that, it's gonna show up here on the right, double click on it to open it up, and Revit will open too, okay?
So you don't want us to open it the other way, like how you normally open it?
Nope, you can just double click on this one because it's not a template, it's a project. And when you double click on it, it's gonna tell you it's upgrading, right? Let me know when it's up and running. It's not gonna look like this yet, so I gotta tell you where to look here. So what you're gonna probably see is this right here. Does it look like this right now?
So it said don't upgrade it?
You want to upgrade it. You can't open it if you don't upgrade it.
And it's a pool, right? Or no?
I'm sorry?
So I think I put the wrong thing up. So is it this? Or is it, no?
This is, well, actually, we want to open up modern hotel levels.
Well, first of all, it wasn't that glitch. Well, it was like a glitch, because they like did some update, and then it was like 3 months where it was just full brightness.
That's it.
And so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna add a couple levels. We're gonna add a couple levels above, we're gonna add one underneath, just to see how this works. Now, here's how this works. In the south elevation, whenever you put in elevations, you have to put in elevations, or rather, you have to put in levels in an elevation. The reason why is because if you're looking down, there's no way to put in a graphical representation of a floor. You have to do it from elevation. You're looking at it from the side. Make sense? So we're looking at it from the side. So now I want to stack it up. So we're gonna make them all 10 feet apart. Why not? So over here, see this right here? It says level. So click on level. Now, when you click on level, you're gonna notice that it's trying to go ahead and make, can you guys see it's trying to make another level right here? You see that?
Yeah.
All right, but what we want to do is we want to do something a little bit different. What we want to do is we want to make them all consistently 10 feet apart. So we're going to go over here. Can you guys see where it says offset right here? Can you guys see that? Yeah, I have it highlighted in blue. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right, type in 10. You want to type in 10. And you hit your numbers lock, by the way. If your numbers lock is not pressed, you can't type it in. Well, you can't type it into the number pad, so make sure it's there. So type in 10 and press enter, and it becomes 10 feet. Now, over here, what you want to do now is up here, there is another little tool here, right here. This is pick lines. So what you want to do is choose pick lines. Click on pick lines. Now, when you do that, watch this. This is where the magic happens. You hover your cursor over this right here. Now, look at that. Can you guys see a dashed blue line either above or underneath? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
You should see it above, all right? If you don't, you just got to kind of, jiggle your mouse a little bit, highly technical language. But you want to go ahead and do this. You want to see the dashed blue line above. Now, go ahead and click. And when you do that, you see level 3?
Yeah.
So that just created another level. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to do another one. We're going to touch this right here. We're going to click here again. Click there, level 4. And let's go over here. We'll do one more. And we'll go here and do level 5, just like that. So we did 3 and 4 and 5. So we went ahead and added those. Now that is good. Now we can add a basement. Let's just go ahead and pan down here and we're gonna make one go down. So you go here, and now we want it to go down. So hover your cursor right here and click, and you're gonna get another level that goes down. And then press your escape key to finish it. Press your escape key twice to end it. And you should be seeing right here, that down here, this is level 6, -10 feet. You guys see that? Okay, we're going to rename this because level 6 is a terrible name for a level that's beneath the ground. So we're going to double click here. We're going to change it from level 6 to basement, BASEMENT, like that. And you should be okay, even though it's kind of dark in here. If I can do it, you should be able to do it. So there's your basement. Okay, now we have those all in place, and those are good. And now what we're going to do is you're going to notice something here. Let me ask you a question here. Take a look at this level 2 and this level 1 icon. What color are they?
Blue.
And what color is this?
Professor, do one more time because I accidentally erased mine.
Okay, to do this has to say 10 feet. Okay, and then you're gonna use this one right here. That's pick lines. Pick lines, let you pick a line. So you click on the line, yep, and then you go more. Yep, and then you're gonna do more down there. There it is. Hit your escape key twice. Okay, and now this one down here, you're gonna rename that one. You're gonna name that one basement. So basement is the one that's beneath level 1, and that's pretty normal. Revit will always let you go ahead and do that. Now, what we want to do now is we created levels, but what we don't have are floor plans to go along with those levels. And you may or may not need them. Like for instance, for a basement, if that's just like a crawl space, you probably don't need a floor plan for a crawl space. For a full basement, you do. So we're going to want to make a floor plan for the basement and the other levels going up. So that's what we're going to do right now. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to make those. Now to make these, this is how we do it. We're going to go over here to our view. See the view right here? You can actually create, let's see here. Yes, we do this out of, we go to view. So click on view, and then under view right here, we're going to go here to see where it says plan views. There's a little arrow here. Click on the arrow, and you're going to see you can make a floor plan or some other things. So click on floor plan. Now, when you click on floor plan, notice what you got right here. All of the different floors show up that don't have a floor plan. So what we're going to do is just hold your shift key down, and you're going to click on this one. So you're going to do that. Hold your shift key down. That's a way to click them all, and then click OK. And then boom, look over here. Your floor plan just got populated here. We want to do the same thing with our ceiling plans. Okay, so we went ahead and did that. Now let's go back over to our plan views again right here. And now we're going to go to reflected ceiling plan. Same thing, lather, rinse, and repeat. Let's go to reflecting ceiling plan, and we're going to grab these two and click OK. Now, when you do that, we have just created floor plans and ceiling plans, and they all correspond to this right here. Now take a look at your south, okay, again. And what I'm doing right here is I'm simply using, just as you guys are clear on this, over here, I want to make sure you're seeing where I'm going here, little red spotlight. These are our tabs. You can have several different things open at once. We went to the south elevation right here. We're looking at this right here. And now we're seeing this. Now look at this over here. These are blue now. These are now blue. Why are they blue? Because they have a floor plan, at least one floor plan. If they have at least one floor plan, they turn from black to blue. Okay, that is how you make levels. Any questions about that at all? Okay, so that is how levels are constructed. Now, that means at this point that as you're working with this, any levels that you would ever need to create can be created right here, and you would do it using the levels tool, which we just did. Now, along with that, you can actually change these after the fact too. Let's say you say, "Ooh, you know what? We actually need something different here. We've actually got, like let's say you may say between level 1 and level 2, we actually have a big mezzanine area. So that actually has to be raised up a little bit. Well, we could do that, but we're not going to do it right now because we're getting messy. Because if we raise this up and then it leave this one right there, then we don't want to do that. So we're just going to leave it as it is right now. But you could do it. That is how you do that. So that is how levels are created. Now, once the levels are created, all your floor plans over here, as we talked about, we created those two. So these are all populated now. You've got floor plans and you got ceiling plans over there. So that is how levels are created. So going forward, you know what levels are and you would know how to create them. That's foundational to going pretty much anywhere with Revit. So we got that. Okay, let's do the next thing. So we got that. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to save this. So what we're going to do here, this is an easy grade here. I'd like to give you guys easy grades right here. This one is going to be called, you're going to name this as hotel levels dash with your last name. So let's do that. Then you're going to submit it and you're going to get a grade for it. Easy enough. 5 minutes, get points. What's not to like? So you're going to go here and you're going to go here to save. Click save. And is that letting me save it? Oh, okay, just save it as that. So we're going to go to file, save as. File, save as, project. And this, we're going to go ahead and name it. It's going to be capital, and we're going to call it, put it capitals, and hotel, come on, hotel levels with your last name. Okay, so you got that. So go ahead and do that. Save it to your desktop or wherever you may want to do it, save it. And then what you're going to do is you can go ahead and turn that in right now. So here you see hotel levels right here. What you're going to do is you're going to go, you're going to click on this assignment here. Should be able to do that. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to upload it right now. So let's do that while we're thinking about it. So go ahead and do that. And you're going to go ahead and upload that. Give me the thumbs up when you guys have that done. Okay. Okay. All set, Michaela? Got that? Okay. Easy. Okay. All right, Sarai, got that? All right, Silvana, doing okay? All right, now what we're going to do, now that we've done that, we are going to continue on our Revit excursion here. We're going to close out of this one. So we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Close. And now what we're going to do, we're going to open the next one. Now the next one on the list was, let's see here. It was floors. We're going to go to floors. So go here and open up floors. And that's also going to have to upgrade. That's normal. Sure. I'm sorry?
Yeah, close, yeah.
And I got an error here. Don't know why, but not going to worry about it. Okay, so we're going to continue on here. All right, and just go ahead and dismiss the errors when they come up. Can you guys all see something like looks like this? Mm-hmm. You guys will see that. Okay, now what we're seeing right here, this is the first floor, and here's furniture and so forth, which we could put in. But for right now, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go over here, and we're going to take a look at the basement. So go down here to the basement. Basement looks like this. Now, what we have going on here, these are the, this is actually the ground floor. This is the basement that we have right here. What we're going to do right now is we're going to hide some of this information around the perimeter because it's kind of obnoxious. All right. So what we're going to do here is a couple things here. So go ahead. This is an elevation marker. Click on that elevation marker and then just type in VH and that'll hide it. Then click on one of these section markers. Click right in the center, type in VH, and VH stands for visibility hide. And we'll do the same thing for the grids. VH hides it. And when you're done with that, you now have something that looks very clean. Okay, so now at this point, this is a very clean floor plan. Now, there is no floor in here yet. Let me show you something you want to do though. Go down here and take a look at this right here. Do you see this? This looks like it says select elements by face. Can you guys see that at the very bottom? Mm-hmm. All right. It's got a blue, it's a blue, how do you describe this? It looks like a blue sheet of paper with an arrow with an X. Do you guys see that? Mm-hmm. It's called select elements by face. Well, you want to click on that so you can select the elements by face. You want that. Okay, now, there is no floor here. Okay, I'm going to prove it to you. What I'm going to do is let's prove it to ourselves. Let's go ahead here and we are going to take a look at this. So to take a look at it, if you go up here and click the arrow to the right of this little house, we can put a camera in here. So let's go there and go to camera, and we're going to go click here, and we're going to do this. And when you do that, you don't see a floor. You're basically seeing, you're not seeing a ceiling either. But down here, there is no floor. If I go ahead and make this realistic, there is no floor. That's basically just, these are sitting pretty much in the middle of nowhere. All right, so there's no floor. So we want to put a floor in here. The floor is going to be going in above all these footings and so forth. So we're going to do that. Okay, how you guys doing?
Good.
All right. Okay, Audrey, doing okay there?
Yep.
All right. So, okay, so back over to here. We don't have a floor just yet. Okay, all set there, guys? You need to have something?
Almost.
All right.
There.
Okay. All right, so now to put in a floor. Now, fortunately, floors are really easy to make. Okay, we've already done a floor before. Okay, now this one's a little more complicated because what we used before was we actually used just a rectangle command, which works if you have a rectangle. This is not a rectangle. So what do? We give up and call somebody else. No, or you give Professor Tom a call. How about you take a call? I actually do that. I actually have all these students I teach. I've taught thousands of people the last few years. And so what I'll do is I say, look, I give him I give my email, and I'll get these calls. I'll get these emails later. And he's like, hey, they'll ask questions and stuff. It's pretty fun. All right, now what we want to do here is, here's what we want to do. We want to make the floor go inside here. Okay, the floor, notice, watch what I'm going to do right here. The devil is in the details, as they say. What you want to do is you don't want to go to the outside. You want to go to the inside, right? And there's a reason why I want to do this with this one. So we're going to go to the inside. So we're going to go around, go all the way around the inside. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go here. This is an elevator right here. So you want to go to the outside. So essentially, this, when you see this right here, you see that X pattern. That means that's an exterior wall. And we're going to use that exterior wall, and then we're going to go ahead and make it go all the way around. So let me show you how this works. This is how this works. Up here, there are these different, on the architecture tab, you got walls, you got doors, you got windows, you got components, which is like furniture and stuff, columns, roofs, ceilings, and now floors. So click on the drop down for floor. And when you click on the drop down for floor, you got a floor architectural right there. Go ahead and click on that. Now the default floor over here is, can you guys see this? How thick is that floor? It's 1 foot. You got a concrete floor, it's 1 foot, which is pretty standard. Now, here's the next thing. You're going to notice that over here, you have this little icon that's already selected. You can barely tell. It's a very, very slightly darker gray than the rest of it. Kind of useless, but anyway, that's what it is. It's pick walls. Now watch this. Watch how this works. This means I can pick the walls to make my boundary. So watch how this works. I take my cursor and I touch it here. I don't touch it outside. I touch it on the inside. Revit knows. So I bring it on the inside and I click. Go ahead and do that, and you'll see a purple line show up. You guys see that? That work okay there? Okay, Ben, that work okay?
Yep.
Right now, watch this. Now that we've done that, we're going to build on this. We're going to go here now. Click there. There's another one. And we're going to go all the way around. So go ahead and do those. So then they'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go ahead and do those 4. So far, so good? Okay, now we're going to continue on. We're going to go here, and here, and here, just like that. All right. Now, at this point, what's happening right now is Revit is letting you define the exterior wall as the boundary for the floor. So now I'm going to continue on around here. Now, this is already done for me. All I got to do is click on it. I go ahead and do that. And then I want to grab this one right here as well. So I've got all that. Then I'm going to go right here and I'm going to click right here. Now, once I've done that, that is actually complete, except there's a little bit of a problem here. The problem is this little tail that's sticking out. There's a little tail here. This is a problem. Here's the little tail. See this right here? All right. That cannot be allowed to stay. So what we're going to do here, we're going to use this tool right here. This is called Trim Extend to Corner. Now, please look at this. When you hover your cursor over it, it's going to say Trim Extend to Corner. And what you're gonna wanna do with it is this. We're gonna go up here and use this, click on it. Now watch how I use this. You're gonna go over here and you keep what you want. You basically click on what you want to keep. So you click here and then you click here. And when you do that, the tail disappears. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Now, once you've done that, any boundary that you ever make in Revit, you always have two choices. And the choices would be these. They would be accept it or abort mission, okay? Do you want to discard the changes or do you want to accept it? In this case right now, we're going to hit the green check mark and see how we did. So hit the green check mark, and when you hit the green check mark, it's going to say this. It's going to say, if you did it right, it's going to say this. And it says, would you like to join geometry and cut the overlapping volume out of the walls? Hit yes, and it should turn blue like this. That work? If that didn't work, let me know. Okay, so now that we've done that, we now have a floor in place. Now, click anywhere outside of the building to release it, and you will no longer be there. Now, we're going to examine our work. To examine the work, we go up here to the small arrow that's next to the house. We're going to go here, and we're going to go to camera. So go to camera, and you're going to put the camera right here, and we're going to look all the way down in this direction here. So just pull your view target down to the end of the building, and now, hey, Shazam, look at that. You now have a floor. So there is a floor. All right, that makes sense? That work okay, Silvana?
It's just this piece right here is gone.
What was that now?
This piece right here, I'm trying to figure out how to get it back.
Okay.
So I clicked here, like you said, this one, then I clicked here.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. You did the wrong one. So, you want to go, you want to choose this corner, you want to click on this end here, and this end.
Oh,
There you go. And then you green check mark. You hit yes. And then zoom out, and then what you want to do is to see it, you want to click on to the right, the arrow to the right of the house. Choose camera, and set a camera right there, and look, your target's down here. Click right there. And then see it, you go down to view style, view style, and you get this stuff. Yeah. How's it going here, guys?
Here's the floor, that's fine.
What's that?
I was just saying that.
Yeah, I know, I know. It's, well, the reason why is there's no floors yet, so therefore we're helping to make things work out better. You guys okay? Okay.
Professor, you said the Zoom link, what's that?
What's that?
You said the Zoom link is there?
I said, what?
The Zoom link.
I did see, yeah, that's, the Zoom link is just so that people, so that as a recording, basically, I just want to make sure people can hear, that's all. But I'm recording this.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right, now, so we went ahead and we made a floor plan here. Okay, now, since we did that floor plan, you can actually, here's one of the kind of crazy things, you can put a floor on top of a floor if you want to. Now, why would you ever do that? If this floor was in place and it was in one of the bathrooms, you wouldn't just leave this, you'd have a tile floor on top of it. And when you have that tile floor, the top floor is about a 1/4 inch thick, all right? Roughly a 1/4 inch. So therefore, you would actually want to tile it. So you could actually tile over the top of it or part of it. We could do that. So what we're going to do right now is just to kind of like get an idea as far as how this works. We're going to put some tile in our elevators, rather in our stairwells. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go back to, let's go back to the basement here. Now in the basement, let's go ahead and zoom over here to the far end here. What we're going to do here is we are going to put tile in the elevator, or rather in the stairwell right here. This is a stairwell right here. This over here. This over here is a stairwell. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put a tile floor there. Now this is how we do it. We go up to floor and go to floor architectural, and then we're going to change the type of floor. We don't need another foot thick floor. We're going to go here and we're going to go here to tile. Can you see tile? So choose tile. Now here's the thing. Notice that the offset is 0 feet, 0 inches. That's not going to work because the tile has to sit on top of the other. And again, what we're talking about is the actual top surface of the tile. So the top surface of the tile here needs to be, I can type in 0.25 and then inches. You have to type in the inches. So 0.25 inches and press enter. That's going to put the tile right on top of our concrete floor. So we go ahead and do that. So that's got to be 1/4 inch right there. Offset is going to be 1/4 inch. Now, once you got that, what we're going to do is we're then going to do this. We're going to use our same thing we used before, which is pick walls. And we're going to go ahead and pick going to go ahead and pick the walls. And here, 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 and here. Now, at this point, these are obviously not joined. We have a problem here because this is overshooting, but we know how to fix it. To fix it, we go here and we use this. This is our trim extended corner. The trim extended corner lets me pick what I want to keep, what I want to keep, and it closes it just like that. Now, once you've done that, hit the green check mark, and it's going to do this. The floor topo solid overlaps. Go ahead and say yes again. Now look at that. You now have a tile floor. The tile floor is sitting on top of the 1-foot concrete floor. You guys got that? Does that make sense? That work okay? Mike, that work okay? Yeah. Ben, that work okay?
Yep.
All right. Audrey, okay? All right. Now let's take a look at this. Let's go over here and we're going to take a look for another camera. So go to camera and we're going to click right here. We're going to look here. We're going to look out through the end here. Now look at that. You've got a tiled stairwell right here. And I'm just going to go and open this up a little bit. And that is what you're looking at right now. Now it's, it's rough, but it's got that right there. So we have this going on here. So that's there. And then if you make it realistic, you'll get a very good idea as far as like what that looks like. And with realistic, looks like my tile went away, but that's okay. Let me try texture, see if that looks a little better. Yeah, textures isn't any better. So then what I'll do, just to I'll make consistent colors. Consistent colors, you'll see your tile there. Okay, so that is how you could put a floor on top of a floor. And it works just fine. You guys all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to repeat that. Let's go back to the basement floor plan. And now we're going to repeat it over here on this side. Lather, rinse, and repeat. We're going to go over here. Now we go over to this side. We pan over to here. We're going to do the exact same thing. The floor is already set up. So go to floor. We're going to do the exact same thing. Everything's the way it should be. We'll just go ahead and do the same thing here. And then we'll have to use our trim extended corner to fix the corners, or corner in this case. So go from here to here and hit the green check mark. And I'll say yes again. And now I have this here. I now have the tile on top of the floor. So easily done, very easily accomplished. So now we have a tile floor on top of our concrete floor in our stairwells. Make sense? All right. Easy peasy. Okay, so we got that now. Okay, now we're going to save this. And this one, we're going to save this one as, let me make sure I got this one right. This one's going to be called, save this as, you're going to save this one as hotel floors dash your last name. Hotel floors dash your last name. So go to file, save as. All right. So that's how that works. Just reviewing this stuff. Okay, so we can close out of there now. Go to file and go to close, and that will go ahead and close out of there. So we went ahead and did a couple of items right there. We did levels, we did floors. Now we're going to do ceilings. Now ceilings are very similar to what we just did with floors. We're going to go to open again. We're going to go to modern hotel ceilings. So open that up. Okay. Just click OK if it gives you an error, and click close. And we'll close this one. We'll go ahead and ignore, and we'll close out of this too. All these problems, but for our purposes, they're fine. So we're going to put in some ceilings now. So we have that going on. Now, to put in a ceiling, we have to go to the ceiling floor plan. Now over here, you'll see you got ceiling plans here. You guys see those? Let's go ahead and go to ceiling plans, and let's go to floor 1. When you go to floor 1, it looks like this. Okay, now, what we're going to do now is we're going to hide the grid. So click on the grid, and type in VH, visibility height. And then you're going to click on these section markers. I'm going to hide those two. Okay, then we're going to zoom in to these rooms right here. Zoom into these rooms here. Now, these rooms right here, this is actually a kitchen area right here. This is a restroom, this is a restroom, and this is a janitor's closet right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put in ceilings here. Now, the cool thing about ceilings is ceilings have an intelligence that allows them to look at the walls and automatically place a ceiling. This is kind of cool here. Watch this. So we're going to go over here, and here's ceiling. So click on ceiling. And when you click on ceiling, you're going to see that right here. Can you see it says compound ceiling 2 foot by 4 foot ACT system? That stands for acoustical ceiling tile. Now, what does that mean? Take a look up. These right here, you take a look at these right here. These are 2 foot by 2 foot acoustical ceiling tiles. They're squares, okay? 4 foot by 2 foot are very common in older buildings. 2 foot by 2 foot are a bit more common now. Now, notice this right here. You have along with this, you have these right here. These are called lighting troppers right here. That's a fluorescent lighting tropper. That's a 4 foot, 2 foot section right here. Here you have a supply right here. That's a supply. That's a return. Okay, supply means it's actually blowing air into the room. The return means it's sucking air out. Okay, so you got a return there. You guys all know this? Okay. All right, and then you got this 2 foot by 4 foot troppers. That's what's going on. You may have never looked at a ceiling before, but you need to be aware of this stuff because we're going to be using it right now. So that's what's going to happen right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting in 2 foot by 4 foot acoustical ceiling tiles, and then we're going to make our bathrooms. We're going to make our bathrooms 2 foot by 2 foot. So we're going to start by doing this. So over here, you're going to notice that this says 2 foot by 4 foot ACT system. Pull your cursor right over here. Now look at this. When you put your cursor here, can you guys see that red boundary? Yep. Click. There it is. Click, click, click. Does it get any easier? I submit to you that it does not. And press your escape key. Now, that went quick as lightning, okay? And I think that worked out really well. Now that we've done that, now what we want to do is here's a bathroom right here, and here's a bathroom. So what I want to do is I want to put, since those are a little bit small, I want to put 2 foot by 2 foot ceiling tiles in these. So you click right here, just click right there. It's going to turn blue. And then we go over here and we change it to 2 foot by 2 foot ACT system. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Now you see that now it looks more like a grid. All right. And we're going to repeat it for this one. Click on this one and we'll make that one 2 foot by 2 foot as well. All right. How's that working?
Can you repeat? Mine didn't turn blue.
Yeah, don't click on the line. Yeah. Click right on the actual surface like that. Try it again. Press your escape key a couple times, and then hover your cursor just like that. Now, if that's not working, check this out right here. Make sure that your select elements by face doesn't have an X on it.
Oh, that's what happened with my X on it.
I don't know. I think I did something.
Okay. Let's Okay. All right, let's see here. Press your escape key. Okay, just let me so easy. Yeah,
much harder than this.
Oh, for sure.
I took 2 different CAD classes. I took 1.
Okay, that one like that.
There was one in high school, one in this.
I did
Like that.
vector.
So over here,
and
make that
CAD
2 by 2.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Beauty.
I did another one too, like Autodesk Imagination or something, I want to say. It was insane. That's how they make video games on.
Click this time on the line. See if you can get.
Yes, CAD's got something for everything.
Click on the line. Okay, click on that line. And let's go ahead with that. Let's go to 2.
Like my cousin, he worked
Okay.
for
Right
MLB.
now,
And because you
He's
changed
like in
this,
charge
right?
of making like
You
the
changed
show.
to what?
Like,
I did not. That's
baseball
2
video
foot by,
games.
that's 4 foot by 2
So
foot.
fun.
So just
This
go
one?
ahead. Yep. You just put a ceiling on top of it, so.
If he's ever like
So
playing
what
it
you wanna
online,
do
so you
is,
just type
not a
in
problem.
developer code. and
What you wanna do is
just
just hit
type
undo.
it's like massive.
Just go back, undo's right there,
It'll make him miss by a
and then
half
just go ahead
second.
and hit the
that's
X to
what
get
I'm
out of there. Okay,
It is
now,
long.
just click right on here.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's get out of there. Yeah, let's click right on top of there.
Okay.
Okay, now click
You
right on
source
top
for
of this.
Ubisoft.
Just
Well,
click,
yeah,
yeah, click on the
Assassin's
end.
Creed games. It's
And
like
then you wanna
that.
make that 2 foot by 4 foot. Okay.
They want
escape
full
key,
AI
and then
fire
you wanna
remote.
put in another one right there, and that's
Yeah.
2 foot by 4 foot. So with your
Oh,
ceiling.
yeah, I have one there. It's by accident.
Okay, click inside there. Okay, good. Okay, you guys okay?
Yep.
Okay, now, the ceiling, what we have going on right here now is we just put in a ceiling. Now, the ceiling, typically a ceiling is gonna have things in it. It's gonna have lights, it's gonna have HVAC, it's gonna have smoke detectors, it's gonna have sprinkler systems, all that is gonna be in the ceiling. So a lot of this is happening up there. So actually, there's a lot of employment right now for what is known as MEP. MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Okay, so if you know how to do this kind of a thing, a lot of people are looking for people to do this right now. If you can do a reflected ceiling plan and kind of know what you're doing right there, people are looking for people who have confidence doing that. So what I'm showing you right now is something that you would be shocked at how it might make you really employable. But anyway, I'm just going to throw that out there because that may not be your interest, but you should know there is an opportunity. All right, now, next thing we're going to do here is what I want to do now is I want to center this ceiling grid in the room. So I'm going to click right on one of the lines for the ceiling grid. So click on, you can actually click just right on, you can click right on it in the middle too. Now, at that point, you can just use your arrow keys to kind of like adjust it so that it's perfectly centered, like I'm doing right now. So just go ahead and take it so it's centered, so it's more like that. So it's actually looking like this. And then you also want to do this so that there's actually one square in the middle of the room. So just use your arrow keys to put one square roughly in the middle of the room. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to do it for this one too. So we click there and we just use our arrow keys and we're going to match that one just like that, roughly like that. Does that make sense, you guys?
My square is messed up on that level for some reason.
Your squares are messed up. See.
So I can do it for this one. But then when I do this one,
Yeah, you got two. So click on one of those and hit your delete key. Yeah, click on one of them. Click on one of them, press your delete key. Pressure speed. Let's put one of those on. No, how about
it's not working.
Well, I mean, we could always just delete everything. I just don't want to do it there. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we want to get rid of this. So
101.
Right here. Now that should.
Yeah,
have
I did
some
that.
selected. Let me go delete and see if we got it. Yeah.
My teacher
So let's see if we got that.
My teacher or something.
I think that's.
Okay, so we got that. By the way, Control Z is another way to do undo.
Yeah.
It's an old school method. Right, so we'll
Keep in mind, this was like 3 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're totally right. What happened is you had one on top. Yep. There's another one.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
that one.
So,
All right, let's try this.
We got it.
It's over here.
That just means he has an input of the grade for
We're on top of each other. But, okay, we'll go here, and then we'll, yeah, that's good. And then,
My birthday.
and we'll one right in the center. It's roughly
My
like.
birthday was our survey, I would say,
And
damn
then
work.
this one, yeah, that's good. And then this one, we're gonna, I mean,
Damn man,
we're
I'm so
gonna do this
happy on
one.
the back.
We're gonna make this one kind of like this. So this one also has a.
I'll remember that, I'll give you one.
So we're gonna do that.
Okay. Man.
Okay, you guys are doing great. Now, next thing we're gonna do here is, okay, so now we're gonna do is this one right here. This is a janitor's closet. So click right here on the janitor's closet and use your arrow keys, because what we want to do is we want to have a 2 foot by 4 foot lighting fixture in that room, just like that. So you want to go ahead and put it roughly like that. Then we're going to start to put lighting fixtures in here, which is pretty fun. So now to put in lighting fixtures, we're gonna do this now. You guys are with me right now so far?
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna go over here to component. Click on component, and we're gonna go here to place a component. Now you're gonna notice you got a floor lamp here, which we don't want. We're gonna click here, and we're gonna go down here, and hopefully they're here. Hopefully they're in here. Let's see here. Are they? Are they? Are they? Oh, come on, really? They're not. Let's see here. I thought I had.
Would we
Yeah,
like the elevator electrical?
no. I mean, that's all good stuff, but yeah, let me take a look down here. So maybe it's down here. Still.
Crab apple.
That at my house. Yeah. they put that in there.
Okay, all right, let's see if we can't,
42 floors.
yeah, let's see here. Well, maybe we won't be doing the lighting, okay, which is okay, it's not a problem. Yeah, okay, we're going to stop right there because we can't, the other content is not here. I don't think we can load it. Let me just do a quick look right here to see if we can load it. I don't think we can, but let me just check it. Insert, US family. All right. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, so that's a bit much, we're not gonna do that, so that's okay, let's see if there's another way to do this, we'll go here, and, let me see, we'll load family here. Nope, that's not been loaded either, okay, so we'll have to, deal with that later, okay, that's all the content we have here, so that's all we're gonna do, so that's how you do ceilings. And there's more to it than that, but for right now, that's all the content that I have here. I don't think I can pull any from any other situations here, so there is a way to do it, but yeah, let's leave it alone for right now. Okay, that's good. We'll do the other later. So I have some other content, and I'll get that. We'll get that going in a minute here. Okay, so that is how you put in ceilings. Ceilings are pretty easy to do. Okay, so now we're going to do is we're going to submit this one. Now this one is out here, and we're going to go to bright space, and which is actually over here. Come on now. Okay, so in the bright space right here, this one is going to be called hotel ceilings dash last name. So we're going to say this was hotel ceilings with your last name. Let's do that, and we're going to submit that. File, save as. Project, hotel ceilings with your last name. Like that. All right, and then we're going to close this. Let's go to file and go to close. All right. All right, moving on from there, we're then going to do the next thing here. So we went ahead, we did levels, we did floors, we did ceilings. Now there's roof. Now this is just going to be a flat roof. We're going to put a flat roof on the top of this hotel, and then we're going to do a little bit of work with stairs. Then we're going to get into tonight's project. So putting a roof on is really quite simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that one up. The next one is called Modern Hotel. You guessed it, roof, but we're going to do the footprint. There's extruded, there's footprint, we're going to use footprint. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and choose okay, and close. And we'll close this too, and ignore, and we'll close out of there. Now, for this one, we're going to be doing the roof right here. So now, here's your roof view. Can you guys all see this roof view? So now, to hide these different elements, any element you don't want to see, click on it and type in VH, visibility hide. There's a lot of ways to hide information. We're just going to use this technique right now. So we're going to hide those like that. Okay, so now there's nothing here. Now I'm going to show you something kind of cool here. This is going to be kind of fun. So go here, and you're going to go over here now, and you're going to go to this, which says default 3D view, right up here. So click on the default 3D view, and you're seeing this now. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tile our windows so we can watch the roof as it goes in. So to tile the windows, type in WT, and it does this. WT split your screen. Now, once you type WT and split your screen, then type in ZA. That stands for zoom all. Should look like this now. You guys see that okay? Okay, now, over here, roof is not your current window, so you want to click here. And now it is, it's your current view. So when you click here, it'll be bold. This will not be bold. Now we're going to put a roof here. And the roof works just like the floor. So we're going to go over here to roof. So go to roof and go to roof by footprint. All right. Now in a roof by footprint, you've got this basic roof, generic 12 inches. That's fine. And we're going to use this right here, which is your pick walls. That's also fine. So now watch this. We pick the inside, just there. And there's your line right there. And I'm just going to zoom. Oh, you know what I did though? I've got a slope going and no good. So I'm going to undo that. To undo it, I just go ahead and use undo. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that again. I'm going to go to floor. And I'm going to do the same thing I had before. And I'm going to uncheck. I'm sorry, not floor. Excuse me. I mean ceiling. Okay. I mean roof. Roof by footprint. Sorry. So we're going to roof by footprint. And I need to uncheck define slope. You see this right here? Uncheck define slope. We want to make a flat roof. So we do that. Now, once we have that, we can then go ahead and pick this inside wall and go all the way around the perimeter, picking the inside, because this is a parapet. A parapet is essentially the surrounding wall that actually, well, keep people from falling off, actually is what it is. And roofs typically have them. And as I zoom in here, let's see if these are all connected. Hopefully they are. They should be, yeah, okay. And then you want to go ahead and do that. And then here, I'm going to pick this last one right there. And then at that point, I think we're good to go. Just zoom in as you need to. And then once you've got those all put together, if you have any overshoots, go ahead and trim and extend it to corner right here. But if you think you've got it, hit the green check mark. When you hit the green check mark, you'll see the roof actually populates on both sides. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
That work okay? All right, so that right there is your roof. And the roof actually went in right here, so we've got that going on here. All right. Any questions about that at all? Okay, now that's a flat roof. We talked before about how to do gabled roofs, okay? For right now, the big secret about using a flat roof is when you're into it, you just want to make sure that you use, that you uncheck, that when you're doing this right here, if I click on any wall right here, you do not want it to be sloped. That's the biggest thing right there. That's the biggest thing you have to account for. Okay, this one is ready for the books too. So now we're going to go here. This one is going to be called Hotel Roof with your last name.
So when I did it, it went at the curve instead of
So you got.
I think the last one.
Yeah, you see, we talked about the define slope. That's what you don't want. So let's just hit the X because we don't want that. And yeah, now let's go back into it. Go to roof and roof by footprint. Okay, which you're in. You're in there.
Just
And then you
on
want
top
to
of
uncheck.
Canada is the last name.
No, I really didn't. Okay, and then you want to, okay, then pick your walls. Yep, and it should go pretty easily. Yep, you got it. Yeah, zoom into that. You can move your mouse forward to get that.
Do you want it named hotel?
Good.
Or hotel room?
And then hit your green check mark. Whatever it says there on Brightspace,
And that's all.
that's it. Then you're going to save it as it's called Hotel Roof with your last name right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to save that as. All right, let's go here. And this one's going to be file, save as, Hotel Roof last name. All right. And then we just have one more thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to close out of this. So we're going to file. All right, we'll go to file and close. All right, now the final one. Last what we're going to do is I actually have another one out here for stairs practice. Now we're going to be doing a little different thing here. We're actually going to see how to make stairs. This is an interesting thing here. We won't be doing too much with stairs, but I want you to see how to make them. So we're going to go here and we're going to go to open. And when you go to open, I've got stair practice 3-story. Can you guys see that? That's another one that's actually out on Brightspace. So download that and open up stair practice 3-story and open. You guys will see this? All right, you got that, Audrey?
Yeah.
All right, Michaela?
Yep.
All set? Good. Okay. Now, what we're looking at right here is there's 3 floors here. There's this one down here. This is 1. This is 2. And this is 3. So there's 3 different floors, okay? And they're surrounded by walls. So that's what we have going on here. So we have those 3. Now, that being the case, what we want to do here is we want to put some stairs starting on the bottom and going all the way up. Now, how do we do that? Well, first thing we're going to do is to see what's going on here. I'm going to show you a very cool trick here. And in this 3D view, if you go over here and grab the slider bar here and go down a little bit, you'll notice there's something here called section box. Right here is called section box. Put a check mark in it and hit apply. And your building will now be surrounded by a glass box, so to speak. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is where it gets interesting. Click on the section box and you'll see this little double-sided arrow. Do you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Click on the arrow and push it back in this direction and you'll see cross-section, a live cross-section. Now this is cool stuff, okay? Particularly if you're into building stuff at all, it shows you exactly what's going on. Now that we're seeing that, what we're going to do next is we're going to do something else. We're going to go back over here to floor plan level 1. So go to floor plan level 1 and it looks like this. I'll zoom into it. Now this is the bottom floor. And so where it says room and 1, that's what's known as a room tag. It's just a label, we can get rid of it. So who remembers what we type? We click on something and then to make something be hidden, what do we type?
VH.
VH, that's right. So click on this and type in VH. VH, visibility hide, that's gone. Okay, now, what we're gonna do now is we're going to put in a section, a real section. We've got the live section, that's just for looking at things. Now we need to make a section, and there is a difference. I'll explain a little more in detail, but here is your section marker right here. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
That is your universal section marker. It looks like a circle with a triangle at the end. Click there, and what we're gonna do now is we're going to make a section. We're gonna click here. We're gonna go right, pull it right down like this. Go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and do that. Now, once you've done that, it's gonna look like this. And now you wanna flip it so it's looking to the left. So click there and it's gonna flip it. Do you guys see how that flipped?
Mm-hmm.
This right here flips it. And then I'm gonna take this and just drag this outside like that. So that is what I'm gonna do there. So now I'm seeing all that. You guys good so far?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, to see that view, you're going to put your cursor right on the tippy tip of this triangle, highly technical language, and you're going to double click on it, and it's going to open up that press escape key first, and then double click on there, it's going to open it up. There's your section view. Now, this is a true section view. It's not just for reviewing like the other view. This is an actual section showing you actually what's going to go in here. Now, before we go any further, let me show you something interesting here. This is your thin lines. This will let you thicken your lines or thin the lines. If you click thin lines, the lines get thin, okay? It's just something you want to be aware of. So we just thin the lines. Now, we've got this set up. We're ready to put in stairs now. So let's go back over to level 1. Now on level 1, we're going to put some stairs right here. We're going to start here and you're going to go in this direction. We're just going to make the stairs go from level 1 to level 2. So let me show you how easy it is. Now, let me explain something about stairs. When you're talking about stairs and stairs that are going from one level to another, there is a lot of calculation that goes on with this. These are a royal pain. Anybody who's a builder hates doing stairs because they are highly technical. Some people may love them. Those people are not counted. But anyway, so what you want to do is you're going to go from level 1 and you want to go to level 2. Now, here's the trick. You got to go from here, all right, and you got to go up there. but they can't all be different sizes. They can't all be different locations. They can't all kind of like, you can't be 6 inches too low when you pull through. You can't be 6 inches too high. So how do we do that? Revit has a stair calculator. You don't even have to figure it out. All you have to do is know what your levels are named, level 1 and level 2. That's all you need to know. And then what it uses is the magic formula 7-Eleven. Who knows what the 7-Eleven is by any chance? It's where you get a big gulp. Yes,
Gas
but
station.
what's that?
Gas station.
Yes.
I think yes.
You can get hot dogs, you can get
Slurpees.
Slurpees,
Taquitos.
taquitos, yeah, pretzels, beers, all that. Okay, so all that is possible. However, there's something else about the 7-Eleven rule. 7-Eleven. Now, and you're going to remember this now, because what happens is when you're making stairs, there is a rule that goes along with it. Have you ever noticed that when you step on a stair, your foot pretty much fits on it pretty comfortably?
Mhm.
All right? That's the 11. The 11 inches. Okay? If you ever measure your foot is probably, mine's about maybe a foot, okay? But most people don't have a foot bigger than that. Most people, some of you have great dainty feet, they're all this big. But the thing is, it easily fits on that 11. Now, what's the 7 then? The 7 is the riser, how high it goes up. So 11 and 7, so 7-11. So that means that when you put in a set of residential stairs, the highest distance that can be from one step surface to the next is 7 inches. That's it. It could be 6 and 15/16. It can be 6 3/4. It can be 6 1/2. It can be 6. It cannot be 7 1/16. That's just how that works.
What made them come up with the number 7?
It's just been around forever. Actually, it's now. Here's an interesting thing. If you ever gone to like a municipal building, like a big municipal building with big wide stairs and this kind of thing, you know what's really true about that? Usually they're much closer together because it gives you a feeling of expansiveness, and they actually are wider. So you can. That's a different story. That's commercial type stuff. And if you want to do that, you can actually have wide, expansive stairs, so just kind of laid out. So you can actually walk on them. Sometimes they're like double that width, and sometimes it's half the height. So just really wide and just kind of go right up them. And it's all for show. It's all for show. If you've ever been to Washington, D.C., has there anyone been to Washington, D.C.? All right. Now, when you went there, when I went there, I was kind of blown away by the architecture. Everything's so big. There's really big massing. There's an ostentatiousness about it. There is a thing about it that's just kind of like, whoa, that's meant to impress me, and it does. And that's how that works. So notice this next time you walk up to like someplace, it's got stairs, okay? And look at how the stairs are. Sometimes the stairs at a commercial building, they can get away with them being wider and have more room and go up. And that's all the architects sitting there saying, how can I make this impressive? That's what they do. Now, when you go into the stairs, go ahead, get yourself a tape measure, go up to these stairs right here and measure. They're going to be 7 by 11, but they might even be a little bit longer because for ADA is Americans with Disabilities Act. Okay, so ADA is something like this room is all ADA, meaning that a wheelchair can fit right here. A wheelchair can fit right through here. That is done on purpose. If you go to the bathroom, you'll notice that it's barrier free. Like when you try to wheel it in, there's no door in the bathroom out there. Do you notice that? That's ADA. That means you can just wheel it in there. There's a reason why these things have all been done. So when you're getting into construction, that's the kind of thing that you have to do as an architect. Here's an interesting thing too. Have you noticed that we have not built any record-setting buildings in about the last 30 or 40 years? You know where the biggest buildings are being built right now? Anyone know? Dubai.
Oh, wait, really?
Have you heard of the
Yep.
Burj Khalifa?
Yeah.
The Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, and it blows away anything we have.
Tom Cruise climbed it.
Exactly. Yes, he did. He actually did too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I saw that movie. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is live footage, you know, and you're thinking it's CGI, but it wasn't. Anyway, yeah, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building, and they're building another one right now, even taller than that. Why can't we build those kind of buildings why don't we build those kind of buildings in America anymore? What?
I said code.
Code. Code is one reason. Also, there's another thing. It's called unions. Okay, now here's the reason why. Now, I'm not against unions. I am a union guy. For me to stand here, they made me sign. Okay, I give, and then I could teach, all right? That's literally how it works, we'll break your legs, and that's how it is. You're gonna teach, if you wanna teach here, you have to sign here, or we'll break your legs, or you can't work for us, that's how it works, so you have to join the union. Oh, you don't have to join the union, but you kind of have to join the union. On paper, you don't have to join the union, but you have to join the union. Now, am I against unions? I'm from Detroit. I grew up in the 70s when unions got a bad name. Why did unions get a bad name? I'll tell you why unions got a bad name. First of all, have you ever heard of the Teamsters?
Mhm.
You know what the Teamsters are? They're truckers, okay? And the Teamsters, what they did is the Teamsters were a union that basically, instead of just being, hey, we are all for collective bargaining. We want to have a guy that go up, we want a union boss that's gonna go up in front of management and stand up for us and tell us that we want to have,
Specific rates.
yeah, we want to have Labor Day off, because that's how this all started. Labor Day, we have Labor Day right now because of unions. That's why that happened. That's why that's there. Now, here's the next thing about that. So, and I'm going in directions now. So unions right now, here's the thing. When you've got a union, okay, and I'm in a union, they do some really good things. And when they first started, they were essential, because what would happen is if you were a guy who ran the line, and I actually had my great grandfather on my dad's side, his name was Dennis Brennan, and he was an Irishman, came from Ireland. And one thing about the Irish who came over here, they had no problem busting heads or knees or anything else to keep order. They had no problem with it. That is how things were back in the 30s, 40s, 40s. That's how they were. And so my great grandfather was that kind of guy. And so what he did is he ran a floor. He ran a production floor for Ford. That's what he did. And if you got out of line, then pretty much they would come after you, okay? Or you lose your job for basically nothing. And you can lose a job for this kind of situation. If somebody said, hey, Brendan, if you want to keep your job, you're going to come over to my house and wax my car on Saturday. And you couldn't say anything about it. That's why unions got started. Totally legitimate reason. Completely correct, and they needed to be done. Fast forward to the 1970s. We've had unions now for what, 30, 40, 50 years. You have the Teamsters involved, and other people like this, and they are corrupt. They're like the mafia. Very strong Teamster ties between the mafia. Don't let anyone tell you that's not true. It is true. Jimmy Hoffa was the head of the Teamsters. They still don't know where he was. He went to the Fox and Hound, which is in Detroit. We all know where it was. We don't talk about it. We joke about it. But he went there for lunch on this day, I think it was in May, and he was never seen again. Gone. They don't know where he is. They think they put him in a shredder, like a chipper, and the thing is, they just chip his body up and just put the chunks in place, put him in a bag and dump him in a river. Who knows? No one knows. But anyway, so Jimmy Hoffa went away. Now, why did people hate Jimmy Hoffa? Well, because he kept on pushing the auto industries and different other people and so forth in a direction that they didn't want to go. So ultimately, you do that. The mafia works on both sides. Okay, there's the mafia that's actually working for like Teamsters, but there's also mafia that works for Ford and GM and Chrysler. They have one too. They have people who bust these too. That's how that is. Anyway, so what happened in the 70s is when I was coming up, unions got a really bad name because what happened is unions, we all knew people that would actually not show up for work, or they'd show up drunk, or they would completely screw up their job and you couldn't fire them. It was impossible to fire a person. So the union was protecting people. They had a thing called the jobs bank. It's still there. Now, the jobs bank is something that actually, this goes on today, all right? This is way off topic. But anyway, I'm trying to explain why they don't do cool stuff in here anymore. And so what happened is there became an abuse of the unions, okay? They kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. And the auto guys just kind of, okay, I don't want to fight. Let's give it to them, don't want to fight. Let's just, okay, they kept on backing up. And then I said, screw you. And they pushed back really hard in the unions. And a lot of this stuff got corrected. A lot of unions went away because they overplayed their hand. Now, I'm not saying unions are not good. I think they are great. I think that what happens though is you have to have, it gets down to interpersonal relationships. You know, if you have management that is trustworthy and you have a union that's trustworthy, you can do business. If you're all idiots, then life goes sideways. And that's what happened. So that's what happened in the 70s. So unions did this power grab, and then went to the construction unions too. Therefore, if I am a guy and I am in business for myself right now, which I am a guy in business for myself. I have had a business for 20 years in the state of New York. I'm not union, But I pay people as much as union people get paid so that I can get good people. That's what the good thing unions do. However, I will say this right now. If I want to bid on a job, I can bid lower than union, quite a bit lower, and I can get that job. Now, if I do this enough, I'll have my kneecaps broken. That's how that works. Okay, that's what happens right there. So unions do this kind of thing. So now, let's do the math on this. Do they have unions over in Dubai? No. So they can pay a guy a pittance, and they can build this really cool stuff. Do they have ADA over there? No. Do they have any of the regulations that we have here? No. So they're building this crazy stuff that we used to build, and we don't do it anymore. That's why. That's why. And there's more reasons too. And there's also, they got a ton of money. That's another thing too. They got a ton of money, and we're going to debt. Our deficit, we just passed recently, the service on our debt right now, the United States has just passed our total gross domestic product.
Wow.
Gross domestic product is how much your entire engine and financial industry makes. We owe more money right now than we make in a year. That means essentially everything we're making right now, think about this if this is you. If you right now were making what you're making right now, and all of the money that you had in 1 year, all of it had to go to debt, would you be in a good financial situation?
No.
I might not. I'd be broke
Yes.
with $2 to my name.
Yes.
Probably
Many
even
know.
less.
Well, that's right. So that's how that works. So then this is why the world is kind of like, there's been a shift. There's been a shift in who's building cool stuff. And we still have great stuff. But have you noticed all the crumbling infrastructure we have here?
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed, go down and look at the bridges, the rust and the rebar showing up in this kind of thing? That's freaking dangerous. You go to Dubai, that doesn't look that way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the topic. So how do we make stairs? Okay, so the point is, all these cool things are being built in other places because of the fact that, well, first of all, they're very, very wealthy. The next thing is they don't have codes, such as the ADA. The next thing is unions. Those are all reasons right here. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to put stairs starting here and going this way. Now, again, the stairs will actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So what you do here is you're going to go up here to stairs. Right here is your stair. Now, when you click on stair, you're going to notice that over here it says assembled stair, 7-inch max riser, 11-inch tread. That should look familiar. Now down here, it says the number of risers. The number of risers is 18. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a little kid, I would be running upstairs in my house and I would count the risers. Anyone ever do that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. How many steps is it? Anyone know? Usually 13.
Oh, really?
It's usually 13. It's usually 13. Okay, now, depending upon your house, count it tonight. Now that I said this, you're gonna do what your stairs, you're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you count them. 13. 13 is pretty typical. That's how many risers. Okay, now this is 18. Why is this 18? Well, because it's 10 feet. It's not 8 feet. Okay, so there's a couple differences here. So we've got that. And actually, no, and also this is this particular, I'm not sure what I did here, but there's reasons. So we'll go here. Now, watch this. Now, to create a stair, you can choose if it's justified from the center, left or right. You can choose which side you want to draw. You can choose the width. How wide is it? Okay, that's all we're going to worry about. And then you have a few other things. So bring your cursor right down here. And what you do is bring it right around here and click your mouse and then pull it up. Now look at this. Look what it's doing right here. As you begin to pull it, can you see that light gray text on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you how many risers you're creating. 5, 7, mine says right now 7 risers create, 11 remaining. Just keep on going up. And when you get to the when you get past that line, go all the way past the line. And when you go past the top of the stairs, it stops creating risers. Why does it do that? Ding, 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 because it knows it can't go any further. Because the calculator is doing the heavy lifting for you. You never think about that.
And it says it at the bottom.
What's that?
It says it at the bottom.
Yeah, it says 18 risers created, there's 0 remaining. So you go ahead and do that, and what's that doing right here is it's going right here, it's going from level 1 to level 2. Okay, and it's doing the figuring out. Now, the next thing you see right here is over here, look at your riser. Look at your riser height. 6 and 171, 256. How's that for a nice, really even number, okay? But that's actually what it is, which is, who needs 256 inches? I don't think that's necessary, but anyway, that's what it is. So once you've got that, go ahead and click your mouse and then click the green check mark. When you click the green check mark, it creates your stairs. Now, let's take a look at the 3D view here. Look at the 3D view, and we're going to rotate a little bit just to see what's going on here. Just rotate it, and you'll see, hey, there's some stairs. You see them? Now, look at section 1. Take a look at section 1. Look at that. And if you want to give yourself a little bit more of a little realism here, you can go ahead and put on, let's say, consistent colors. Looks like that, or actually, hidden line looks pretty good. So you got that. Now, here's something I want to show you. Go back to your 3D view. What's wrong with this picture? Huh?
Oh, there's no cutout.
Yeah, no cutout. So what's happening right here is great stairs, but pretty ineffective at actually what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to put a hole in the floor here. Rather than put a hole in just one floor, we need stairs that go all the way to the 3rd floor too. So when we do that, we are going to create a shaft. And the shaft is going to go from the 2nd floor up to the 3rd floor, okay? So let me show you how to do this. And yeah, we're going to do that. So what we're going to do is to do this, we're going to go back to the section 1 view. Go to section 1 view. We have to do this next thing. Looking at a side view. This is your elevations. Let's go here. Now going here, what we're going to do right now, you guys all here now? Click on the stairs, click right on the blue part of the stairs. Just go ahead and do that. Now, when you click on the stairs, one of the great things about Revit is always Johnny on the spot about understanding what you're doing and offering you options. So we click it here, and then you have right there. See where it says select levels? Can you guys see that? Okay, can you see it or not?
Yes.
Okay, click on select levels, and then what we're going to do now is we want to click on the line for level 3. Click on the line for level 3, and then click your green check mark, and boom, there they are. See that? So it automatically gives you multi-story. Now, this is actually how it is. When you think about it, think about your house. Are your stairs stacked? Well, right over each other. Most are. Most are all stacked that way. There are exceptions where in most homes, you know, that are being built today, you have your stairs and they're stacked right next to each other. So you have that. And we're going to, okay, Michaela?
No, can you show me again?
Yep, sure.
So, up to the bottom.
Yes, okay, okay. So, okay, click right on this, on the stairs, right there, and go to select still. And click on a line for level 3,
Okay,
and then click the green check mark.
I know there's something.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, now, next thing we're gonna do here, we're now gonna do one more thing. We're gonna put in a shaft. Now to put the shaft in, it's not difficult. Let's go to level 2 here. So go to level 2, and on level 2, we're gonna go in here and just go ahead and zoom into level 2 here. Now level 2 looks like this, and we're going to hide the tag. So click on the tag and type in VH. That'll hide the tag. And now you can see the basic outline of the stairs, and we want to make a shaft to let the stairs pass through. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, just to show you what this looks like, I'm just going to do this. You can see I'm going realistic. That's what the floor looks like. Kind of neat. Got a nice wood grain floor. And I just went ahead here to visual styles, and I made it realistic. Now, here's where we put in a shaft, right here. Can you guys see this? Go up here to shaft. When you click on shaft, we're then going to go over here, and we're going to create a rectangle. Shaft, and then rectangle, which is right here. Here's the rectangle tool. Can you guys see that? So we're going to go there, and now we're going to go right up here, and I'm going to pick a point here. I'm going to make the rectangle roughly this size. I can fix it later. Let's just go ahead and make it roughly this size right here. Leave 3 rides at the bottom like that. So you're going to do that, and then click your green check mark. And it goes ahead and creates that. It goes ahead and creates that. Now I don't, so I'm going to click now the shaft right here, click on the shaft right here. And the shaft here is going from level 2, and then it's going unconnected. So it may be going a little too high, but so let's click on that shaft here. Click on the shaft, it'll turn blue like mine. And then we're going to do this. Notice that it's level 2, and then the base offset is -1 feet. That means that the shaft goes beneath the floor 1 foot, because you got the surface of the floor, which is what level 2 is, and then it does the other. Now we're going to go here to where it says unconnected. Change that from unconnected up to level 3, and then click apply. and we'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at the 3D view. And now you see that there is a hole that allows the stairs to go through. You guys see that?
Yep.
All right. That's how you would make stairs. That's how you make shafts. That's how those all go together. Does that make sense? Okay, Savannah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's save this. This one is going to be saved as, this one's going to be saved as stairs project with your last name. Stairs project dash your last name, all in capitals. File, save as. Stairs project. What's your last name? Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and go to file and close out of there. Okay, now, you're gonna go ahead and submit that. So you go back to Brightspace and you're gonna submit that. By the way, you should be submitting all these. You can go along here, but just go here and you want to submit those, the levels, the floors, the ceilings, the roof, and the stairs. Just go ahead and submit those now. And I think you guys already were, but you guys already got those done? Savannah, you got that already submitted?
It's saying that my schedule is empty.
Okay, just hit the red X because you started stairs again evidently.
Oh, no, it's there.
What's that?
It's there, I see it.
Okay, and then you want to save that. Okay, you guys, Michaela and Audrey, you guys have those submitted?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now, here's where we're gonna get into this. Now, I don't know if you know this, but did you guys know that there is a Tim Hortons roastery right here in Rochester? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you were to go out, yes, and they work 24/7.
You do?
Yes, they do. And, depending upon how the wind's blowing, you can smell it. I actually was teaching here, and I was here the first time I taught here, which was in 2016. I was teaching here, and I went outside one night with the students for something, and went outside and thinking, "Oh, I smell. It smells really good." And I thought, it's like, what is that? Well, there's a roastery. I mean, like maybe a mile away, maybe. It's right there, and they roast 24/7. And here's the other thing. If you like Tim Hortons, I do, I'm a fan. I like Tim Hortons coffee. Tim Hortons coffee, that roastery actually supplies the entire United States and part of Canada.
What?
Yeah. They're roasting all the time. They're roasting all the time, and that's what they do. And I actually asked the guy, and if I met the general manager, I was talking to him, I said, yeah, I teach. I said, I bring my students in. He was a little bit iffy about that. So I said, well, can I come? He goes, yeah, you can come in. So anyway, what we're gonna do right now is we are gonna put in a coffee warehouse. We're gonna make a coffee warehouse. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So to make this project, we're going to make a warehouse. So we're gonna go here in Brightspace. And under Brightspace, what we're gonna do is we're going to go here to the, over here, we're gonna go to what is called the warehouse project. So find the warehouse project and you'll see it right here. Here's your warehouse project. Now, here are the parameters right here. I have a template. You're going to download the template. After that, you're going to model a rectangular warehouse with the following parameters. The first floor wall is going to be generic 8 inches, unconnected 20-foot height. The warehouse is going to be 150 feet by 100 feet. Floor for level 1 is generic 12-inch floor. You're going to create a ceiling on level 1. 2x4 ACT system. The height offset from level is 8 feet. You're going to create a gabled basic roof with 2.5-inch roof pitch. This is like going to be a really big structure with a slightly sloped roof, like the one the guy who shot Trump was sitting on. That's the guy that's right there. You guys, that's what that is essentially. Everyone knows. Base offset from level is 10 feet. And then we're going to add lighting fixtures. So the ceiling grid, doors and windows. Coffee roasting and grinding machinery to the floor plan. That's in there. Create 2 restrooms with toilets and sinks. So you're gonna have a men's room and a women's room. You can make it pretty big. Use wall for partitions and create 4 offices on the perimeter of the floor plan. Now, I believe you guys can do this, and I think we can be done by 8:30. So this is going to be kind of a fun project. So let's go here and let's download the warehouse project template. And it's right here. We're going to download it. And that's what we're going to use, okay? And this has some topographical information. We're just going to pick a spot and draw it on top of there. because very often you will be putting different items on topography. So we're gonna do that, and then what you want to do after that is you want to go to the warehouse project. Now, here are the requirements. So just keep this up on your desk, and you can just kind of. Oh, by the way, have you ever heard of Alt Tab? You guys ever use Alt Tab? Okay, Alt Tab lets you switch from one screen to another. So just Alt Tab back and forth. Well, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go here. Now, what we're gonna do is to create this project, we're gonna go to New, and then we're gonna go to Browse, New, and then Browse. We're gonna go to Desktop. Going to go over here to Downloads, and we're going to choose Revit with Topo. And we're going to open this up and hit OK. And it's going to go ahead and it's going to give us a topography, essentially like this right here. You've got this right here, and that's just like topography, like we've been talking about, and like you guys have been talking about in your different construction technology, civil technology courses and so forth. So you got this right here. And just to show you what this looks like, if I go ahead and take this and is that going to flip it? No, it's not. So I'm going to go to my 3D view. When I go to my 3D view, you can go take a look at this. You can kind of see where it's got actually some ridges and so forth. So we're just going to put we're going to put it out here. We're going to put the warehouse out there, and we're not going to worry too much about the rest of it. We're going to go to level 1. Now, going to level 1, you guys will have this. You all seen it? Okay, now here's the parameters. You're going to model the rectangular warehouse with the following parameters. You're going to use you're going to use your wall command, generic 8 inches, unconnected 20-foot height. I think that's going to be the default. And it's going to be 150 feet by 100 feet. So let's go ahead and get started doing that. So we'll go to wall, and all this is set up exactly the way I want it to. I'm just going to make a rectangle, and we're going to start placing it right here like this. And then we will use our temporary dimensions to give it the proper size. Okay, when you take a look at it in 3D, it should look like this. You should have should sit right there. So make sure you check it in 3D, make sure it comes in like this. So it should look like that. And then from there, you're just going to add the other elements as you need to. Now, if you don't want to see the topographical information, you know what to do. You click right on it and type in VH, and that'll hide it. And then you just go ahead and do this. And you want to make your floor go to the outside on this one. So we're going to make the floor go to the outside.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Remember how you said we couldn't find the ceiling fixtures? Are you gonna add those or?
Those are in here, this one. They're in this one.
Okay.
Yep. And so if you actually go here to component, you got by the way, you got a lab table here. By the way, that's your table. You've also got here, you got countertops, dispenser. Let's see, what else we got in here? Yeah, you've got toilet stalls, trash receptacle, urine. Also, I could have sworn I had coffee grinder. I have a bunch of coffee grinders. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I definitely had some coffee grinders and things. Yeah, I don't see them. Maybe they're down here. I don't know. Should I look under equipment here?
It's saying that the floor overlaps. That's true, or-
Shouldn't say that.
Cause you said do the floor on the outside first.
Yeah, 1 second here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just open up level two.
Okay, so let's work.
So when I do this, like here, cause you said do, the floor stuff on the.
I was trying to find because I wasn't sure if this was there.
I think you already got your floor, don't you?
Okay.
How'd you get inside?
So,
How'd you get inside?
that should be fine.
Here is their
And then we just so you go to your yeah, to do that, you want to go to your ceiling floor plan, which is level 1 over in your project browser.
Offset 8 inches.
8 feet, like I said, 8 feet. Actually, though, that looks a little low, so we're gonna move that up a little bit, but let's just go ahead and leave it right there for right now. So you got, looks essentially like this, we'll make that a little bit higher, I think, but ultimately, you can make your ceiling whatever height you want, like right here, if you click on the ceiling in this view right here, I'm gonna make that height offset, I'm gonna make it 16 feet, just because I think it's gonna add a little bit of, make it a little bit more interesting, so we'll do that. Okay, now I could have sworn, yeah, then after that, you want to put in bathrooms, and then you also want to put in 4 offices. So, your choice of walls.
Does it matter,
What's that?
does it matter like how they look, or you wanna walk on one side, or it doesn't matter?
I'm gonna let you decide, how they work. I'm going to just basically, just gonna let you kind of, the goal of this right here is let you kind of design it yourself. So that's what I'm gonna let you do.
Do we do the roof on the level 1 floor plan? Or should we
That's
do
gonna have to be,
Level 2?
the roof will have to be on level 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm putting in more, I'm gonna put a whole string of offices down here. I said you only had to put in 4, but you can put in more than that. I just kind of meant that as a minimum. So do this, and then I'm gonna put in my, my restrooms over here. And you guys know how to put in doors, and also don't forget to put in windows. Okay, now, when you go to component right here, you can actually go here, and this is where you get the bathroom fixtures. You've got actual bathroom fixtures out here, such as, you got your toilet stall with toilet right here, you got this, and, so you got these, so you can just go ahead and use these. And, they want to find a wall, so you just want to go and find those.
Good.
The lights are under, Revit links, right?
I'm sorry, what?
The ceiling lights?
Actually, what you would do is with that, look at the level one right now, and the thing is, let's see, let's see. Okay, we got this, okay. Here, okay, well, I'm not seeing them right here. Let me try level two real quickly. Yeah, I should be able to see. I can't. This one doesn't change this. Let me just do some real quickly here. I gotta make this 16. Okay, what you want to do is the all of those, if you go to place a component, these, if I did this right, I think I did, they should be here. Maybe I didn't put these in here. And you can't download this. I mean, I could probably download them too, but yeah, let me look here. Maybe they're under lighting. Let me look here. Ah, no, can't. Yeah, I guess they're not. So I guess you guys are off the hook for the lighting because I don't have that in here.
Okay.
So don't worry about that.
I'm definitely.
I didn't say a thing.
Let's go higher windows.
Yeah. Double casement. Some big jaws in there.
They're going everywhere, so.
Who doesn't like windows?
Made the all artificial light inside. That way you can't tell if it's daytime or nighttime.
My fiance bought those blackout curtains, ruined my life.
Oh, man, I tell you what.
I just keep sleeping. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
I took them off. I was like, can't do it.
Yeah, we got spoiled with those. I spent a couple nights in a hotel. It's like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Ours are pretty close. Well, they do black out pretty well, but the thing is yeah, you gotta be careful though. So if you want to wake up, you just leave them open a crack. You know what I mean?
It's fun. The flip things,
Space bar.
like doors.
Space bar. How'd that surveying test go? You took it.
Yeah. I don't know,
Good or bad?
did they post the grade?
I know we won't get that back for a month.
I think you got 2 wrong.
I definitely messed up the,
I'm definitely taking it.
oh, I thought I did good on that one. It's the damn trapezoid or whatever. all that
Oh, that
was.
was easy,
Yeah, for you, Mike.
because it wasn't a trapezoid.
I don't even know what it
It was
was.
just a treat like a trapezoid.
No, I did 2 triangles, right?
I did a square and a triangle. That way I knew it was the right triangle, so I already had one angle.
So that probably makes more sense. Well, I did.
And then I did love cosine.
Yeah, I did cosine.
I could have done all sine.
I like cosine better.
Yeah.
For some reason, my dumb brain misunderstands it.
I'm gonna big old Baynors.
That's a
You know what I thought was kind of garbage though? It's like open note, open book. But he didn't give us our 95% lab back until after. I was like, that's crazy.
It was all explained in the book anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much just copied. I did everything for that test. You know if I knew it, still went to the book.
Not this confirmed. Yeah, I was talking to that one kid you sit next to.
Yeah,
I don't know his name. Let's call him the kid you sit next to. But yeah. He was like, I think I aced it. I was like, yeah, I hope you didn't.
it was the payment going on
Just
there.
selfish.
Wrong. The so what's it? There's another one.
Last one on under like significant figures, that one screwed me up. I think. Was that a
Yeah.
decimal or what?
I think like the 0.00025 I think. Whatever it was.
4, right? Sure.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who put 85?
Yeah, 85 and up.
So,
I'm looking to bring home any trophies. So. That'll do.
Professor, quick question. Keep going, hopefully.
oh, yeah, she's looking good.
Also going to building, Mike.
Do you have questions, Spana?
Okay.
So, game of who wore it better.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you got it. I'm trying to drag where it is.
This is where I put my bay doors right here, you know, with the truck drop offs. Yeah,
We just hand them off the windows. We do them mine now. We got so many damn windows.
then you got your, like your office area here, that just opens right into the,
We're in the warehouse.
Warehouse. and then you have your office right here with the gender neutral bathroom. Right next to the entrance.
Got a conference room?
No,
Where are they gonna have meetings?
the offices. Yeah, I'll put one there.
No,
Imagine.
just leave it, just paint the walls white, white ceiling,
Imagine just like this.
just looking at each other's offices.
Oh, I got phones. You got Zoom. Figure it out.
It's termination.
Yeah, that roof is gonna be kills me.
Build the roof into a pyramid. These people think they're in like Tennessee or something. We have Bass Pro.
How do you figure out how to add these light fixtures?
Light fixtures are not there. So
No,
don't-
don't worry about those.
they're not in the project and I won't have enough time to go grab them, so we're not gonna worry about those.
Okay.
Nothing is.
Same thing with the coffee grinding machinery.
They're not there either. I'm not sure what happened, but they're not there right now.
So did you just put lab tables in the middle?
I just use lab tables all the way. So what I did here is all these are just lab tables right there.
Okay.
So just to show you, this is just a kind of a representation. I just wanted you to get the feel for how to do this. And there's a lot of other stuff that I could have kind of got in here, but it didn't really work out so well, but that's okay. So just to show what this looks like, this is what the space looks like. Like that. Okay, so we got that. And I might need to kind of like clean it up a little bit, but that's pretty much what it is. And
And
that's
you
the space.
said, further, even though it doesn't have like the coffee roasting and, grinding machine, just put tables there, so just in case?
Oh, say it again?
Like, even though it doesn't have like the coffee, grinding stuff, just put tables instead, or no?
Just tables are good. And these are all, I just use these right here. And I made a raise out of these, but I think those, yeah, so just use the tables. And that's all I'm gonna look for right now. And yeah, so when you're done with this, when you have all the elements, just go ahead and that's it, just save it and submit it. And that is all it's gonna be for tonight. And so the roof, what I use right here is I used a 212 roof pitch, which is kind of reasonable. And I gotta move these windows down right here.
Yeah, can you help me?
Sure, 1 second. Yeah.
And you still want us like to make the offices like look like offices, right, or no?
Offices, basically, this is what I did right here, just kind of like ran them down here. I made them all 16 feet wide.
Okay, so do you want us like to put like furniture in there or no?
Don't worry about the furniture. No. We're going a little bit simple on this one. Next week, we're gonna get a bit more intense on stuff. Next week, I believe we're gonna do the custom
So
garage.
this, oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say this, oh,
Was that?
I would take the continue stuff, because I mean, the same thing, you said the roof, right?
Is it okay that we're two different wall types?
Hmm,
You know, part of it's a computer, one is not.
Yeah,
okay. So what we got here? So, who has a question?
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
wouldn't know how to do it.
All right, all right, go to your, okay, you're on level, go to level 2 for that.
Have my mouthful.
Now, go over here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't see the desk.
okay,
here.
okay. So then, give,
Desk is
hit the
There's a
X.
single one, we don't have fires here,
And just
not around fire.
sometimes-
Yeah, I mean, I got 100 of them.
Okay, give it an overhang of 1 foot.
That's what I need. I need to figure out this verse.
And then uncheck this one. Now, you're going to.
I'll do that, sure, yeah. So we're not doing
Yep.
lights or literal roasters.
Soiled
Sinks, partitions.
Right.
Did you use the
Now,
walls
this
for
way.
partitions in your bathroom, or you just use the preloaded one?
I should really.
Okay, so
You have that.
we go down together.
Yeah, I just got that roof.
And now
I
click
need to
on
get
this right here, and you're gonna define that. So, right there. This one, see how, yeah, it's the same. Perfect. And then hit green check mark, and, yes, attach. Take a look at it 3 months. Okay, now, what we're doing here is we're gonna click on this
So
right
do
here.
the inside, the outside.
Click on the roof.
Yeah, it's
So you click on the roof right here, let's go ahead and make the roof, the pitch, make it 212, so change the 9 to 2.
Thank you.
Yep, that should be what we need. Okay, and this needs to come down, just go ahead, and let's make the ceiling, grab the ceiling, and let's set it back at 8 feet, we'll change it
Do we
before.
have to define the slope or something?
Hit your escape key.
That's fine.
Gable
Yeah,
basic
the
roof,
edge of it.
2 and
And,
2/12.
okay, there it is, 8 feet, huh?
Yeah, but I can't
Okay,
actually.
the level should be level 1.
Just.
You might have to lay the roof first.
Where's your escape key?
Wait, is that basic? roof?
Yeah, there you go. That'll fit in there, so it's a low ceiling, but for right now, we can fix that later, for right now.
Do I have all the?
No. So, yeah, we got the
That's
roof.
good, that's good, and then you wanna make sure you put in, yeah, and the thing is, the ceiling, I'm not
Give
gonna
you a
download the
flat?
ceiling picture right
Yeah.
now, but
Oh, because that's what
you typically,
gotta
for
define the
lights and so forth, we're not
remember
gonna
you
do that right here.
clicked it?
That's, what you want right here, so you want the ceiling,
I do
you
it.
want the floor, you want the roof, you want some
I
tables
changed
in
it
there,
now, I'm right.
and you got walls and doors around, and that's it, that's it,
Oh my god, I messed it up.
oops, okay.
I gotta fix the
We'll make another one.
big view of that.
Yeah, okay, then zoom out,
Yeah, just start that.
What is that?
go to level
It still
1.
might not be right. I can't figure out where the hell I put these damn numbers.
Okay, looks like you've got some, okay, looks like you're,
Based on something else.
looks like you, okay, looks like you.
What was the other
Just got
one?
moved out.
That's the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, parking.
Yeah.
It's great, it's great, okay, so it's a little bit, yeah, that's a nice extra, okay, then, okay, and then, have you made your ceiling yet?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me show you a trick here.
I-
You're gonna take all
you know
these
what it is?
top of them. So let's do
I
this.
put the
Let's,
slope thing back on after I already clicked on the line.
do that.
Oh.
Copy. Yep, I saw it in my. And you want to grab the lower left corner of this one. Click right there, lower left corner. Go straight up. Line it so keep on going.
Thing.
One.
There you go. And just keep on clicking and replace it with various.
That is weird.
What's that?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's, yeah, copy command is quite useful.
No.
All right, I think you got everything there. And again, I'm not, don't worry about the coffee roasting, the grinding. I had them in there. I don't know where they went. So don't worry about that. Just put tables in it. That'll work for right now. And then, so once you have everything in there and you have the roof, you're just gonna go ahead and I think it's called Warehouse Project with your last name. Looks good.
Can you help me with my professor?
Looks good. Yeah.
For the roof, I just need up with the roof.
Yep. So you get the
You got a
roof
roof
to
and a
slant.
What
Okay.
is
Hit
that?
the roof a little.
What the heck?
And you got nothing
It
there.
looks like you
Okay,
have
so
offices
hit
on
yes.
top of your roof.
And yes. Okay, let's go to your 3D view. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay,
Yeah.
and okay, this is your roof right here. So go back to there. We can edit it from that view. So just get out of here. Okay, let's go to
You got it?
let's go to this 3D view
Oh.
right here. All right, double click on the roof. Now, click
There we
on
go.
this line back.
I heard the shit in offset.
This back here.
Wow, what was your offset?
0.
And then you're gonna make that.
I'll make it.
Okay.
You do the same with this side. And this side. and then
Biggest
this
offset?
side. Yeah, click your green check.
We go to our thing.
10 feet.
Now you're gonna, this right here needs to change to a 9/12 inch.
Look at you.
So change it to number 9,
Mhm.
9 inches, 12 inches, change the 9
I
to
think
10.
it looks good.
I'm gonna get that big camera.
Alright, now
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so on the inside, this is what I have to the inside. Is this okay or no? You wanna?
That was fine.
Pretty
That was
good.
fine.
I just wanna, like,
I would put some tables and stuff in here because these are big offices. Yeah, you got 2
Okay.
tables, but you want it kind of like a work area, that kind of a thing. That's it. Or you could put some tables in these. You can do
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna put it like the.
Yep, that's totally acceptable. Totally acceptable.
Once
Yeah.
I submit that,
How's the
I'll set.
roofs?
The roofs, okay, what you want to do is go here, go to your level 2. And I'll show you how to do this. Now, okay, so you want to double click on the roof. So double click the edge of the roof.
Let's snap the level 2 roof. You don't have a level 2 roof open.
We can do it on the 3D plan, go to 3D and just, okay, double click on that. Double click on the roof, okay, and then, okay, okay, there it is right there. So it's too low. So you want to, first of all, the base level, okay, looks like you've changed the heights a bit. Okay, the okay, it says level 2. Okay, you made these walls higher. They didn't.
There was 20 foot.
Okay, all right, it's supposed to be 20 feet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, okay, yeah, okay, then let's see here, then let's use this. Let's go ahead and base the offset, so it's 10 feet. Oh, yeah.
I have to attach my USB to my-
Click that drop down. Oh, level 2 drop down right there. Okay. Change the base offset,
How do you name it?
Um,
It's USB.
make that 20
Mine is
feet.
20
And then hit apply, so it's what it goes. Okay, let me sit down and take care of that shit I got in here. Okay. Yeah, I guess okay, so let's check this out.
Thank you.
Yep, I'll see you. Check my- Okay, now, okay, so that's there, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, so that's there. Okay, this one doesn't need it. So I'm not sure why that is, so we didn't, but we're not gonna worry about that. This does not need slope, and this does not need slope. That, and check that. There you go.
Okay.
Looks good. That's good. Very nicely done. You got that there, Mike?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, check mark. Looks good though. Save your work. And again, the goal of this tonight was just to give you an idea as far as how to get this together. It's a little bit rough, that's okay. We're gonna refine it. The other ones in the future will be a bit more, bit more,
How did you undefine the slope from those two
So
sides?
you just click each
you click the
side.
line, the actual that makes up the side of the roof that defines it. And then we uncheck it. Oh,
Are they chairs in
Do I
there or
need to
no?
change the height of my walls?
there's no chairs this project, so don't worry about it. What's that? I'm sorry? Yeah, whatever I said here, let's see here, yeah. 'Cause that's-
What are we naming it? Warehouse project?
it says right here, so what you would do is did I not? Let me see here, okay, I'm looking for this right there, should be a place to upload it. Let me
That's
see.
gotta be the assignment.
I'm sorry, what?
The top one is the assignment, the
Top one.
bottom is the template, the download.
Okay. Okay, if we go here,
Yeah.
yes, I guess you go here, and then, let's see here, project. Is there a place to submit it?
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Yep, you just have the page up.
Okay,
And it's warehouse project or just warehouse?
hold on here, 'cause I'm looking at it.
Yeah, no, scroll down. Yep.
Oh, there it is, yeah, upload it right there, yeah, that's it. So, the name of it, did I not put a name on here? Okay, just call it Warehouse Project dash your last name, that's all.
Okay.
And I didn't put that in there for this one, yeah. I'll have to update that. template. What I might do for next week is I actually might put a little bit more stuff out there so you guys can work with it. I will do that. I'll get some, what I do is there's a way to actually add additional content. And so I'll load a bunch of stuff out there so you guys can do it. So
That's something.
we can do that.
Alrighty.
Save it.
Mine is like a lot
Oh,
different than
you'll
yours,
use
but
template.
hopefully it's something that,
Highlight.
like, okay, I understand what I'm doing a little bit.
You can-
All right, sounds like you're getting there.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Thank you, Professor. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, close the door. Yeah.
Oh, each of these windows? Are we gonna be using any of these ones again next time?
Yeah, you definitely want to save this. Okay, so yeah, all your projects, you want to save them. And
All right, I'll just email them over.
yeah, email them or just save them on a flash drive. Either way, you definitely want to save them. And I mean, I can dig them out and send them you, worst case, but better to have your own copy.
Yeah, if ever on record.
Always a
So
good
is this
idea.
just should be warehouse project, my last name?
Mhm, that's it.
So should I tell him to send,
What's that?
should I tell him to send right now?
Yeah, submit it when you're ready. Yep. And we'll go ahead and submit those for the night, and that'll be it. And that is a wrap.
Yeah.
I just haven't opened it as a template. At first,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you go through the rigmarole then?
yeah, I got it all figured out,
Yeah,
but
it's,
I was like, I wouldn't let me save some project, I was like, what did I
Nope.
do?
won't do it. Won't do it. That's how it is, and that's why I always kind of try to just make it clear
I
that.
didn't even realize I did it.
Yeah, no, well, you don't.
I think I actually, I don't even remember doing it, I don't even remember how I opened it.
If
I
you
must
just
have
double
opened
click,
through the file.
you probably just double clicked on it. That's what most people do, and then it's not the end of the world. You just
Yeah.
gotta go through
You
extra
just gotta
steps.
save it and then open it.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's just an annoying step.
It is an annoying step. Got that right. All right, I think we're good to go, everyone. I'm just gonna go and send that to myself, and that's gonna be it for today's piece. So good. How's your fantasy team doing, Ben?
Scored 155 points last week, still lost.
Seriously?
Yep, the guy had 157.
How does that happen, man?
I had Green Bay's defense, they had a nice 29 points. Oh, man, I thought I was feeling hot too.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Huh.
I have the Giants receiver going tonight. Ooh.
Yeah. Not bad.
She stinks, so we'll see. See you, Mike.
Take it easy, Mike. See ya. Yeah. Have a good night.
Yeah, you as well.
See you next time. Thanks.